what's up guys? Welcome back to today's video. Today guys, I'm gonna go over my car. As some of you might know, I recently bought a car, and as some of you may know from the previous video, I bought a lemon. So today guys, I'm gonna be going over the entire story of when I bought this car 5 months ago and how it's turned out. It's been a pretty long journey, so if you guys are unaware, well, make sure you watch this video till the end to know all there is about my car before I, receive it pretty soon. I expected it to come a lot sooner than it hasn't, but it still hasn't arrived. So, yay, now I get to talk more about it and grow more impatient by the day. But without further ado, let's get into the story. So basically, I had been trying to buy a car for quite a long time. Back in July, I was getting very impatient with, waiting to get my license and everything. And I had started to look at cars. I had stumbled across a couple, which, of the notable, we have a Ford Explorer that I almost got for free. It was actually going to be a super nice car, but didn't end up getting it. And it would have been interesting to get a 4x4 SUV, but things just didn't turn out that way. And then there was a Civic that I looked at, but of course it had some issues that a machine shop would need to fix, and therefore I could not get permission to buy it because, of course, my parents knew that at that time it would have been a lemon. And as you guys know, I still bought a lemon. So obviously I did not learn from my mistakes. If it were me now, I definitely would have searched Facebook Marketplace with a little bit more, less intent towards getting my first car and more intent to getting a car that I can actually financially handle, because there is a breaking point, believe it or not. But this car that I found that I bought now, I found it for $1,000 on Facebook Marketplace. I went to go check it out because it was very close. It was very convenient. It was actually at an auto sales place. And when we got there, the alternator was taken out of the car, so it would not crank over. And the seller talked to us with intentions of trying to bargain with us and try and get the car out of his hands because he knew that it was a big problem and that was going to cost him a lot of money. So he tried getting a little bit more money back, and he ended up fishing out $800 from us because that's he said that's as low as he can go. So we went there with $800. The next day, he had intended to put the alternator in, but of course, surprise, surprise, he didn't because he didn't want us figuring out what the car's issue was. And so we bought the car and we towed it back. Now, this, at the time, was a big mistake. We had the title in hand and the keys, so we went to go get it torn apart, and we found out that, it had lost timing, and a lot of things were kaput in the engine, including rods, pistons, sidewall, valves, head, most of that stuff that usually goes out of timing. So we went out and set out to get a new used block, machine the old block, and get a new cooling system. We got a new timing belt, of course, and sleeve for the sidewall, many repairs, and eventually it has all led up to just as 1 month ago. I had received news that while keeping up with the car, I had finally gotten the good to go, which meant that the car was up and running, but there was still something to be addressed. Because the car hadn't run for 5 years, and that's what I didn't realize. I didn't realize that the registration was expired by 5 years, so of course we had to deal with some issues, including catalytic converters. They were gone, which was a big deal. We ended up finding some cheap ones, and along with that, the battery was fully dead, but the cells or whatever inside of it were still good, so we charged it right back up. And the gas tank is being cleaned out, and so far, that is all we figured out was wrong with it. There are some, I believe, why am I not remembering this? CV joints. Oh, God, I'm so stupid. There are some CV joints bad on the car because, of course, suspension. It's going to be rough, and they are not due for a little while, but they are eventually going to have to be replaced. and there are just some minor cosmetic defects, but other than that, the car is doing good, and so far it needs those few things, and it is going to be running very soon. Now, I can't really go into too much depth about the story around this car. It has been a secret for a long time, and now I'm finally posting it to YouTube because I actually kept this from my family, regrettably, for a very long time, and now I have to present it to them. And although they already know, I had to post this to YouTube, and it's about time to reveal to absolutely everybody the truth that I have been hiding for a long time. That I have a car, it is being worked on, and is almost here. So, for all of you that have watched the previous video and this video, I hope you've learned something about buying cars, especially from the last video. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. I gave so many useful tips for how not to make my mistake and buy a lemon. But for now, that is all I have to say about the car. It is going to be here soon, and I'm super excited to show you guys what I have in store for this channel and give you guys the best car content out here. So, if you guys are ready for that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.